Hi, and welcome to BUS355 Investment Analysis for Winter 2022. This video is a getting started video to help you better prepare for taking this course. It's important that you watch this video to the very end because I'll be going over many frequently asked questions and giving you many tools and tips on how to get the best grade possible in this course. The first area we're going to discuss is announcements. The first announcement I post is about getting started for the course and the 5 things you should do in week 1. 1, of course, review the electronic blackboard. This is the course ERM that we're in right now. 2, register for the homework manager, My Finance Lab, which includes an e-textbook. Click on the Excel assignments and download Excel week 1 assignment. Read over the syllabus and subscribe to the playlist that's going to house all of the instructional videos and learning videos for the course. Now, this course is going to contain 3 exams. For each week, on Friday, there will be an exam covering 3 chapters. The homework manager is where the exams and the homeworks will be housed. So in the homework manager, I have a posting and announcements with a quick getting started for the homework manager. So the course ID is listed here, which is a key number to remember for when you register for the homework manager. A key thing to also remember is that the temporary accounts, they may offer you a temporary account in the homework manager, and you might think, oh, let me take this temporary account, it's free, and I'll complete the course and never have to pay for the homework manager. But the thing is, the people who run the homework manager are not that dumb. They block me, the instructor, from seeing any progress you make in the homework manager. So even though you might be thinking you're completing the homeworks, I can't see on my side. And they make it kind of difficult to convert your temporary account into a fully paid account. So my advice is to never set the temporary account up. Go right into and pay for the full account. It'll make things a lot easier for both you and me. Now, in the homework manager, there will be a section, well, I'm going to go over that a little bit more closely and show you the homework manager and how to register for it. Moving on, we have Excel week 1, which is going to be due on January 8th. I'm going to go over how to do the Excel assignments, which are contained in Blackboard in a minute when we go over the course menu. And of course, I have the schedule for each week of the chapters we're covering, the tests when they're due for week 1, 2, and 3 for the course. And I also have listed the homework manager, all the due dates for the chapters in the homework manager. And once again, I also have the exams listed, the dates the exams will be due. Okay, so when you get a chance, more thoroughly look over the announcements here. Let's go into the syllabus for the course, the second button. So the syllabus is going to overview this class. An important aspect of this class is it's 100% asynchronous. That means that I'll provide all of the video lectures pre-recorded on a playlist, and you can watch them whenever you have a chance, whatever the best time of day is for you to watch those lectures. So we're never going to be meeting in person on a Zoom call. Everything is going to be asynchronous. Now, in the syllabus, I go on to talk about the My Finance Lab and e-textbook homework manager, which I'm going to show you more directly how this works. I talk about the learning objectives, the course expectations, the course methodology. These are all things you should read over and be a little bit more acquainted with the course. Your student responsibilities. Now, the grading, there's going to be 3 exams. Each exam is 70 points, and the homework is going to be 90 points. The Excel assignments together will be 100 points for a total of 400 points in the class. If you divide your points by 4, you'll get the conversion into the letter grade. Now, it's important to remember there will be no late assignments accepted for this course. And then the syllabus goes on to give you the course schedule and a couple other management notes. Okay, so that's the syllabus. Please read that over when you have a chance. Let's go into the class video lectures. So if you press this button, it pops right over to the class video list. So in this list, I have listed all the chapters, and each chapter generally has a part 1 and part 2, overviewing and explaining how the main topics. I go over each chapter's main points with examples, So they can be a rather lengthy process. So you want to make sure you pace yourself and you take your time to watch these videos when you can. Okay, back to the Blackboard. So that's where you can easily find and discover all the class lectures for the course. Now, I have a button here called PowerPoints, and this is where the PowerPoints for the winter session will be held for the course, and these go along with the video lectures. And then finally, next up we have My Finance Lab Homework Manager. So we click on here. Now, in here you're going to register now as a student, and this is where when you register you're going to make sure that you have an email address. You can use any email address you want. You have your course instructor's ID, which I showed you on the announcements where that was listed, and also some form of payment. Now remember, when you register, it's important that you use your full first and last name, no abbreviations, no nicknames, so it's easier for me to identify you later when entering your grade back into the Solar grading system. Now, once you put in the course ID, and the course ID, remember the course ID is under announcements, under the homework managers where I have the course ID. You can go continue to register, and you'll see that it's the 355 Winter course. And then you could either sign in if you have a sign in to Pearson already, and perhaps you had a previous course that used the Pearson Homework Manager, or you create a new account and move on from there. Once you're registered, I'll show you what that looks like. Okay, so when you go into sign in, you will come to your course here. So now in your course, this is where the e-textbook is. So you click on here and you'll have access to view the e-textbook. And what's great about the e-textbook, it's quick to search. If you have a search term, if you're looking up a particular topic of information for an exam, you can easily search. There's a search tool, there's a notebook, there's a study guide, and there's a table of contents to quickly get to whatever part of the chapter you want to get to fastest. And then you just read it over. It works great with an iPad or a Mac or a PC. It's just a wonderful little tool there. Now, the second important area is assignments. So here in assignments, this is where you're going to have all of the homeworks and the 3 exams. The 3 exams aren't currently listed here, but once the day the exam is due comes up, the exam will be listed in here for you to choose from. Now, I also have a sample exam. If you want to get an idea of what an exam would look like, you can click on and work on the example exam. And this will just give you an idea of how the exam mechanically works. So you'll have a set period of time, and you start the exam. And then after you start the exam, you will get the first question. And as you're going through, you can answer each question and you move on to the next. Then say, for example, you're working on your questions and oops, you lose the exam. Your internet connection breaks, your computer reboots, something breaks, you have to move to another PC. You can just click back into the exam and click on Finish the Test. This does not mean submit the test, this just means go back into the test and continue working on it. When you're done with all the questions, then you can click on Submit Test. When you're done with all your questions, you can just click Submit Test and the test will be fully submitted to me for grading. Now, let's move on to a homework. So when you do a homework, you click on the homework and you click on the first question. And then similar to the exam, but not identical, you'll be given a question. Sometimes you might have to pull this bar down and there'll be a little scroll bar. But it basically gives you a question, and then you enter in the answer and click Check Answer. And if you get it wrong, it gives you the convenient formula, number of shares times price per share for the value position. So it gives you the formula of how this should have been calculated. So then you could go in and with this new information, and this is what's very helpful. So if you get the question wrong, now it's going to tell you the formula for getting the question right. So let's the value position and check answer, and you got it right. So then you move on to the next question, and so forth. Remember to read how you're rounding. It might be to the nearest dollar. It could be to the nearest cent. So it's important to understand the rounding as well. And as you go through each of the homeworks, we'll give you a question if you're missing anything. You get a chance to get at least 2 chances to get the question right. And at the end, when you complete all the questions of the homework, and the homework is submitted, and you're not happy with your final grade, you can choose to redo the homework. It'll erase all your previous answers, and you can make a second attempt with different question numbers. So this way you have unlimited attempts to complete the entire assignment, and you have 2 attempts to get each question right. So I'm making it as easy as possible to do well on the homeworks. Okay, so that is homework for homework 2. So I go back into assignments. There's also homework 1, which you should start out with homework 1, and in homework 1 again, it's going to go over some of the features. It does a little bit of review of how the homework manager works, which is great and gives you a little bit better background of the tools and features. One thing that's really critical when you're doing a homework is, say you get the question wrong and you have no idea how to solve it. So you go to solve a question, you put an answer in that you think is right, and you just can't get it right. You keep getting it incorrect. And then you realize, well, I haven't read the textbook, I haven't watched the videos, I just kind of did the homework because it's due in 2 hours. Now what do I do? Well, the easiest thing is to view an example. So you click on view an example, and then here's a scroll bar, you can scroll down, where as you walk through, it's going to give you an example spelled out with the mathematics, with the answers of how to complete each of the questions. So this not only gives you the formula, it also gives you an example of how you could use the numbers in the formula to get the correct answer. So that's a great tool for helping you complete each of the homework questions. Okay. All right, so that now lastly, there's also results. So if you click on results, then you could see your previous homeworks and you can review the results. This will give you the results of your grade, what percentage your grade is, how the makeup, the breakdown of the grade, and then it will give you, be able to review your individual homeworks and see what you got right or got wrong, and this could help you with your study process for the exam. Okay, so that is the homework manager. Let's go back to the assignments. Now let's look at the Excel assignments. So there's a separate set of assignments that are only in Blackboard. These are not in the homework manager. These are the Excel assignments. So if you click on these, there are 3 Excel assignments. So for each week, there's an Excel assignment that's going to put together various amounts of Excel homework from the course chapters. What's important is I give separate video links. These are not included in the playlist. These are separate video links that you could use for help to complete the Excel assignment. In many cases, you click on the assignment to download the assignment. And so I'm going to open the downloaded assignment. So here is the assignment. Now, it may not be obvious immediately how to complete these assignments. That's why you need to watch the videos. And most assignments will have multiple worksheets in the workbook. So it's not just one worksheet. There could be 2 or 3 worksheets you need to complete. And again, this has to be completed using Excel formulas. Now, just don't type in the answers you see in the video. You must use the Excel formulas that I show you in the video and recreate the Excel formulas to complete each of these spreadsheets. Once the spreadsheet is completed, you can click on the link here, and then you're going to click on Browse My Computer, and then this will open up a window where you can attach your completed spreadsheet. And then once you're done and you've attached your completed spreadsheet, then you would just hit Submit. If you save draft, I will not be able to see it. You have to hit Submit, and that way I will be able to see your saved Excel file. So pretty self-explanatory. And again, the key to doing well on these is that I'm providing a video that's going to give you step-by-step instructions on how to complete each of these Excel assignments. So it's critical that you watch those videos along with completing each of these Excel assignments. And these Excel assignments will also be beneficial in completing the homework and also completing the exams. So it covers a lot of topics. Now, there is no Excel needed on the homework or the exam, but Excel is basically a very big calculator. So if you can use Excel and you do these spreadsheets first, it may help you a great deal to complete the homework questions as well. Okay, and then weekly I'll be grading these Excel assignments, and you can check out your grades in the Excel assignments by clicking here, and you'll be seeing your grades for these Excel assignments. Okay, so that's the general class. So to review really quickly, what you should do, you should read over announcements, then read over the syllabus, start watching the video lectures for the course, and start working on the My Finance Lab homework problems and the Excel assignments on Blackboard. And that's sort of your weekly flow. I wish you the best of luck with the course, and I'll be talking to you soon. Take care.